Hey, Joanne, your favorite breath coach here. How the heck are you? Are you in the vibrational vicinity of your desires, whatever they are? And it really doesn't matter what your desire is. How to know if you're in that general vicinity inside you is more important. So, how do you figure that out? Well, there's a couple of ways. One, do you feel good? Yes, it is that simple. I know it sounds absolutely ludicrous. Oh, I feel good. But do you really? Like, do you have that little inner giggle going on all the time, or is it sporadic? Because with most people, it's extremely sporadic. Most people are concentrating on the news, which, by the way, turn it off. Whole nother discussion, but just turn the news off. Um, the things that you pay attention to, that puts you in the vibrational vicinity of whatever it is you want. This is where Abraham Hicks and a few others, I recommend meditation or breathing, depending on what you're trying to get into your life. So if you want to imagine something, you're like, well, I don't know what it feels like to own $1 million home. I've lived in apartments my whole life. What the hell? How am I supposed to imagine that? Okay, then don't think about the home. You've already shot that rocket of desire off. Ooh, tongue twister. You have already shot off that rocket of desire because you've mentioned it in conversations and people you've been talking to. So, and over the course of time, you have picked out in your mind how you like your bathroom, how you like your kitchen, what kind of dishes you like to use, what kind of silverware you like to use. All these little things are called rockets of desire. They're things that you have chosen over time. So, no, I don't know what it feels like to have $1 million mansion either, because I don't have one. I don't know if I ever would want one, but because, well, of course, I could probably hire somebody to do the cleaning. Anyway, but how do I feel when I'm walking in the woods? And like the other day, perfect example. Okay, so went on a walk. There's a national park near here, which is absolutely fabulous. And for some reason, we're having a really bizarre winter. It's like crazy mild right now. And we're walking from one spot to the other. And right smack in the middle of the parking lot, I stopped, like literally stopped. There was no one else around. It was an exquisite moment because I had to stop and close my eyes and just stand there and notice the sun was shining. There was a very gentle breeze, and all around me, 360 degrees, all I could hear were a multitude of birds just singing and having the best time. And they were calling to each other and talking to each other. And in that moment, it was bliss. It was just sheer bliss. And in that moment, I can imagine anything that I want happening for me. So for you, what is that moment? I can do that when I just finish a knitting project and I hold it up and I look at it and I go, damn, that's nice. That's the moment. You don't have to be in the you have to be in vibrational alignment, but you don't have to be in vibrational alignment with that particular item. All you're doing is taking yourself out of the doldrums and into a little bit higher state where you feel giddy, where you stop and you hear the birds sing and it makes you feel good. You notice a silly commercial on TV and it makes you feel good. You listen to a conversation of somebody talking about what their grandchild did and you just grin because you can grin. It makes you feel good. That is being in the vibrational vicinity of whatever it is you're desiring. If you're looking for love, know that when you see that, when you want it from another person and you see that one person, there's a difference between infatuation and love. There's a big difference. Even though in the initial steps, sometimes it's hard for us to sort out, not because this doesn't understand, but because this doesn't understand. I have this series of thoughts going on about what it should be, what love should be. And a lot of that's been from commercials and promotions and yada, 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 whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay. But when you get that one feeling of love, it's calm, it's stable, it's constant, even in the middle of a fight, an argument, whatever you want to call it, a discussion, a vehement discussion. That's a good word. Even in the middle of one of those, that feeling never goes away. And it's not all fireworks and kaboom, kabang, star lighting up and all that fun stuff. It's a nice, gentle, steady feeling of contentment. And there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, you're going to have sparks. Yes, you're going to have those moments of fireworks and all that other fun stuff. But the bottom baseline on that is just simply pure contentment, satisfaction. You appreciate everything about that person, even when they piss you off and they leave the laundry on the floor and you don't want it there. You're picking up underwear, you're picking up socks because they didn't put this way, they didn't put that away, the table's dirty because the paperwork's all over the place. It doesn't really matter. In the bottom contentment is still there. Because let's face it, we're people. We have emotions, we have feelings, we have our own ideas of the way things are supposed to be. We don't always voice those opinions to our loved ones. And then we bitch because they're not understanding what we're talking about. And then we bitch and we complain because, well, you should know. I mean, we've been together for this long. You should know you're my son. You should know you're my daughter. You should know you're my husband, wife. You get the point. Okay. No, they don't know because they're on their own little vibrational thing. They got their own thoughts going on over here. And they're having that same thought about you. Well, you should know. Well, no, you don't have to. There's no should. You either pick up on it or you don't. And in order to keep that line of communication open, say something. It's pretty simple. Open mouth, speak clearly, precisely, and without any judgment. It's hard because sometimes when we're giving out that little speech, we're also judging ourselves. Should I be saying this? Am I going to hurt their feelings? But again, if you come back to that original love state, that bottom line satisfaction, contentment feeling, then everything you say will settle out in time. They're going to grasp it because they're having that same feeling. What you're seeing in them is what you have in you. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, please leave a comment. I know it's a little not quite my usual thing, but when I've just had so many conversations in the last week or so about different kinds of relationships. And how to keep the lines of communication open, and how do you know when you're in love, and how do you know when you're in the vibrational vicinity of, it all kind of stems from the same thing. It's that internal sense of satisfaction. You can have an absolutely horrible day and still feel content about things, about life. You can have an amazing day where everything goes. You get every green light, you get no lines in the grocery store, you get no lines at the coffee shop, you get everybody agrees with you, everybody loves the work you did. Like you can have an absolutely perfect day. And at the bottom line of it, after you go through all those little things of woohoo, right? Then you have that moment of, I'm at peace, I'm content, I'm satisfied. It is possible. Now take a moment. So, breathe that in, settle in for a second, and just breathe. Just breathe in through your nose. And then release slowly through the mouth as if you're blowing out a candle. You don't want to splatter the wax. Just breathe in and breathe out. Do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. And do that a few times throughout the day. And see if that doesn't help you settle things out a little bit. And if anything, what I said earlier doesn't make sense, please drop a comment below, because it's just kind of what I've got so much stuff running through my head right now. I'm kind of trying to keep it sorted myself. I don't script these things, as I've said before, and I probably should start at some point, and maybe I will. I don't know. But for now, I'm just winging it. So here it is. And please, if you found any value, please subscribe to the channel, share with your friends. And as I said, leaving a comment helps, and it also lets me know where I need to focus on so that I can help you some more. And it's all I've ever done. You know what? I've served people for more years than I care to count, and I just want to help people. So if there's something you want to talk about, there's something you want me to babble on about, please let me know, and I will do that. In the meantime, my challenge to you this week is to find that one thing that makes you feel satisfied, that makes you feel content. Or, like I said, standing, I think it was in the middle of the parking lot, because we were moving from one building to the car to the, yeah. So that moment of just standing there, it was just like I just wanted to stand there for 10-20 minutes and just listen to the birds and feel the sun on my face. And I hope you can feel that. That's my wish for you. So that's my challenge for you this week, is to find that moment for you. If it's playing with models, if it's coloring in a book, if it's playing with wood, if it's planting in the garden, taking a walk, I really don't care what it is. Find that one little thing for you that makes you just feel, all right, cool. Be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. You are the most important project you will ever have the privilege of working on. You're the best project you will ever have the privilege of working on. I wish you much love and many blessings. Bye for now.